What's up, YouTube? Well, I just watched another video by Sabby Sabs. Erica Kirk family exposed. Excuse me. What the hell is going on? Every time I go to talk about this, I start burping and what the hell? Um. Anyway, her cousin, the one that she's seen in a lot of photos, um, comes from money. She comes from the Rothsteins. Imagine that. What does that sound like? Sounds like two Jewish families put together, don't it? Doesn't it sound like the Rothschilds and Epstein? Well, you can change your name to anything if you have enough money, right? Also, at some point, some of these foreigners were making up their own names now, weren't they? But we'll figure that out later. Um, they went to the college that Charlie was shot at. Their friends at the college that they went to were all 32nd degree Masons. Her grandfather or her father was a 32nd degree Mason. Her mother was one of these silent prostitute women for the elites. Pretty sure Erica was too. Maybe that's how she got into train CIA at 23 years old. Remember what the kids were saying. If they followed directions, they got their lives taken care of. So obviously, Erica must have followed directions perfectly, or better than most, because she's got a very good, as in good position to be messing with things. Hand it to her. We've seen her eating the pizza. I've spoke of that. Those videos will be put up here soon. I'm probably going to do those first because I accidentally hit the button in one while I was talking and it shut it off, so I had to do those in two different things. This is insane. Their family targeted Charlie all the way through his college. Guarantee you, the people that did this with her family and these groups were around Charlie the whole time. They were the ones, you know, trying to bring him up, and he thought it was the good people until they tried to make him do that deal. And it's pretty funny. As soon as he said no, they took him out and put their CIA operative up to doing it. Now, what we really need to pay attention to is how they covertly do this. Because this is the same thing they're using to take over banking, to take over government, to take over everything, so they can get away with doing what they're doing to the children and the world. Now, a lot of people have said, well, a lot of people believe that once you say, it's kind of like the movie, that, they start laughing and say, that's hard to believe. Life ain't no movie. What if, like I said, that was their way of telling us the truth? So that way they can be like, well, we told you. Right, a lot darker version of the three boat story, right? I sent you three boats, you dummy. But at the end of this one, they're going to be like, well, we told you. Why didn't you ever stop us? Yeah, it's going to be the opposite of that. starting to see why they put government and laws and people that decide them and armed groups of men in between us? Are you starting to see that the only reason they put up government was so that Freemasons, Illuminati, and the 300 Club could get away with what they were doing? This has been going on since the Titanic. Since before then, yeah, since Jesus was hung on the cross, this has been going on. I'm telling you right now, you trace that bloodline, and I guarantee you it ends up with Cain and Canaanites. Guaranteed 100%. I'll put my whole life on it. The only thing is, I want to be the one running the tests right along with everybody else because they ain't playing no games. Yes, this is what they've done. They've gotten people that are considered experts or, highly trusted in positions to lie to you. So that way you trust their word and take it as fact when there's nothing proven that it's a fact. A lot of things can sound truthful, which they're possible. Everything looks like it could lead up to that, but factual is way different. Just like with all this stuff, we knew something was going on. We had no clue how bad. We knew who it involved and what it involved, but we still didn't know how bad. Now we're finding out that it's barely scratching the surface of what's going on. Yeah, because this also explains why every time we shook this cage, like I said before, it was crazy that every time we went after something with the Epstein files, stuff started going down around the world, right? And in the US, right? Remember, same thing happened when we were going after the Diddy stuff, too. Yeah, it's because Obama. Isn't it funny that all the presidents are related? All of them. I think Trump's the only one that said that wasn't related. We don't know if that's true either. Imagine that. It's working the same way the royal family does. Keep it in the family, that way nothing gets out. And we can keep it going the way it was. Yes, it's disgusting. I'm just telling you, this is the way they think. And imagine that. We have the same thing going on with our presidents. Just every one of them has been related. Remember when we said that women were working their way to the top? Well, they were doing it in government too. And now they're flying planes. They're wearing general uniforms. Y'all are stupid. I told you before these bitches were demons. We were told not to trust anything that bled for 7 days and didn't die. And you idiots are out here. And I guess I can't call you idiots because I was brainwashed by one too. Yeah, I did the same thing. That's how I know what happened. I didn't go as far as y'all did. No, the basics might be the same, but the details are different. I didn't fall like you all did. But yes, the end result was still the same. So it doesn't really matter, does it? The only reason why it would matter is scientifically to get around that situation. That's why it would matter to say. Charlie's last words go public and they're chilling. Fan fact. I guarantee you it's the fact that Erica knew. I guarantee you. Oh, you ain't got no game. Shut up. Dave and Buster's got games. But yeah, it's you know how carnival games and all that work? You know, all this lights and sounds and all this cool, nifty looking stuff to get you to pull that money out and take a shot, right? Right. And what's it distract you from? The rest of the carnival, everything going on behind the scenes where they know you're most 90% of the time you're never going to win those games. They know it. You don't because they talk you up and whatnot, and you know, you start getting confidence about yourself. But that's the same thing the government does to get you to go to work every day. Oh, you want this new phone, do you? You want this? Oh, you want a family, do you? Yeah, they ain't gonna accept you sleeping out in the woods. You gotta get a house. You gotta get a car. Oh, before you can do that, you gotta work. Imagine that slavery, manipulation, right there. Have you ever been on a job site with somebody, you know, that either supposedly owned the business you were working for, or you know, was a foreman or whatnot, and they're capable of doing the same work you are, if not more capable, but they're the ones that walk around and don't touch nothing. Right. Now think a little higher. This dude had money, or chick, bought all these licenses, don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they get to boss you around, even though they don't know what they're doing. Right. They know what they want it to look like, but they don't know what they're doing structurally wise, you know, manufacturer warranty wise, shit like that. They'll learn it if they pay attention. A lot of them don't ever learn it. They just go with whatever the experts say, or so-called experts. That's what I mean. You have people controlling people because they have money, and it's set up that way. The more money you have, you don't need to have any type of expertise in the field. All you got to do is be able to manage the checks, and you own shit. You're the man or the woman, and you don't even really know how to do your business. As in, if everybody quit on you, would you be able to go out in the field and do it yourself? No, they wouldn't. They would just sell the business off and consider it a loss and let somebody else figure it out. Right. But yeah, I was watching all that. Now I'm seeing it, and I had to click on it because it says Charlie Kirk's last words go public, and they are chilling. Haven't heard what it says, but Erica's face is on it. CBS News. They're a part of this shit too. Yeah, I think they're all a part of it, guys. I think they're just playing movie script is all they're doing. Improving, of course, because that's one way that they do entertainment is improving. Yes, I think they have a main script with a main outline of, you know, to get things disrupted, but at a certain point they have to go strictly improv. I think that's how their lies are starting to come out because you have multiple people not even knowing which way to improv correctly, and they're just saying whatever gets them out of the situation. That's what Erica did about the dating thing. She tried to paint herself as Mother Teresa, which is, in fact, the exact opposite. Yes, her roommate, aka cousin, the one that she was saying was running out, sleeping with a different guy and running with multiple men, and she couldn't figure out why. She's lying. That was her too. Well, a lot of women will consider, you know, secret work stuff, especially in that line of bullshit, not part of them, so they didn't do it or it doesn't count in their mind. Right. It's called denial. It looks like this chick has had plastic surgery. I mean, her face looks so fake. Seriously, it looks like a plastic mask with skin. And have you seen how much it has changed since when she did the um first little, I guess, speech about the battle cry and all that in Charlie's office? See, she was trying to act like, I don't know, she felt so emotional about everything. She couldn't hide that smile. She also couldn't hide her actions where she's getting so happy about all the money and attention flowing in. It sounds like she's a psychopathic BPD, which they do have a name for that too, but I forget what they call it. Yeah, it is a type of uh, borderline personality disorder, but it's like Tourette's and psychosis mixed in, like, psychopathic tendencies. Yes, I'm starting to think that's what Tiff had because this right here is reminding me of exactly the moves and the way that she would act. And what was funny is her mother was the one doing that, and so was Erica's. I think, God, they didn't hear about fucking Epstein. Her mother would have sent her to Epstein quicker than shit. She would have, especially if she knew she could get built millions of dollars like this and have her daughter being popular. Oh yeah, she would have. Her mother's sick. She's sick. She is a sick, demented woman. So is Erica's mother and her family. All I had to do was hear that name Rothstein, and I knew right away. Oh boy. One, they played with the last names, and two, that's Rothschild and Epstein, guaranteed. It's also Jewish. Yeah. So now you see why Charlie wouldn't take that deal, and it didn't matter. I believe her family pushed her, or maybe her family did this and put her in the. But she knew about it. She damn sure did. I know for a fact she did.